So yeah, Raf, I'm telling you, I got myself into all kinds of terribly embarrassing situations. Right? Because it's not have I told you this? It's not have, do, be. It's be, do, and have. The guys that say, and there are a bunch of them, I could tell you some of their names, the Richard Wilson students, and I was out there, instead of being scared and not running out and sitting in, because you're not ready, to be it. First you have to have it. So until I have it, doesn't work that way. First you have to be it. Do it, and then you have it. It's be, do, have. Not have, do, be. That's a classic mistake. You know when you're ready? You're ready when you say, I'm ready, and you stand up and walk up onto the bandstand. You're ready. So Dick Wilson, I'll never forget him saying to one of the students, if you don't go out and sit in on Kevin's gig, I'm never going to teach you again. Guess who showed up at my gig? All right, so let's take a look. I know we were working on the up and down stroke exercise, the Spivack up and down stroke exercise. Did you work on that?
Exactly.
What did you get that up to?
You told me 80 or whatnot.
Okay, let's see it at 80. Raf, so did I have you playing at eighth notes?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're going to play this exercise as eighth notes, why don't you put it down to 40 and to play it as written, as 16. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm gonna take you in another direction, because I want you to consider playing it not in the way that we discussed last lesson. I want you to actually now your desire will become realized. I want you to play the classic speed from parallel, where you're just going to drop it. Okay, you're just going to drop it from here. Just drop it. No, I can't get you to drop. Killing me. Well, like what? I'm just dropping it.
I'm dropping too.
No. When you watch back, you're doing this. Here, see? I know we can play. But I want this.
That's what I'm doing, Kevin.
Okay. Ah, now you're concentrating. Okay, so, all right, so here we go. We're going back to the basics, which is this idea of not doing this. It's more smooth than that. First, we really have to have a floor. The floor is a really big deal. And then there's this feeling of just stay with me now. This is how Richard Martinez describes it, right? He's got the fixed point in the universe. It's almost like, as he would say, this is like a fulcrum, it's a bead, right? Just go ahead and hold the bead. Try that. Yeah, just with your finger. Oh, okay, yeah. Now look, already, it just feels like when you go up, your first finger kind of points. I just don't feel like you have a really honest to goodness 3-finger grip. Okay? So it's just gonna do this. It's up and down, up and down. Go up and down at the same speed. Up and down. Just stop for a minute. I just asked you to do something and then I changed my mind because I really want you to know that this is what you're coming back to. This is your floor. Do you feel it? That's what you've decided on. Wherever you decide, if you decide it's here, if you decide it's here, you have to decide. Because if you don't decide, then, for instance, your fixed point of in the universe will change. A fixed point in the universe could be anywhere, right? So if you decide that that's the floor, that means that when you go to put the fingers on the bead to really help establish in your mind where that fixed point is, it will be at the floor. It stays at the floor, doesn't it? And then the butt end has to come down to the floor that you decided on. That's exactly parallel to the bead. Bead to butt end, parallel. Come on all the way down. Yes. There, see, you weren't doing that. Now sit up straight. I know you're, yeah, it's not fair. You're twisted holding this, so it's okay. That's fine. But now we're going to go up, led by the wrists, with a 3-finger grip. Go ahead and take your other fingers off. It's a musician, it's fine, it's okay. Okay. And then you're going to come down. Feel the wrist uncoil. And now you're really back flat, aren't you? Feel how flat it is? Really flat. And you come on up. And then you're coming back down nice and flat. Why don't you come down, up and down smoothly? It went, ooh, why? There you go. Goes up and goes down. Yeah, you can just let your other fingers relax a little, but don't lose your 3-finger grip. Up and down. See how smooth that is? It goes up and down. Up and down. Up. Follow it up and throw. That's what Dick would do. Murray might go from here to here. He'd get to here, and then he'd do this. But you notice at the end, you have to be flat. Dick would go up, right? And then he'd pronate a little more. And then you really get that feeling of torque. Now, what doesn't happen is, and I know we've done this remedially, so maybe it's my fault, or maybe that's the path to getting to where we are now. But when we go up, watch how smooth it is. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Everything's smooth. But you really have to get there. You're not flat anymore. You've lost your floor. You're searching for your floor. Your floor isn't really locked in. Find your floor. Getting there. When you get to where you think the top is, just stop. Nope, you're not at the floor. You're not at the floor. You're waving your beater. It's got to be precise. It's like a fine-tuned racing car. Okay, there. Now just pronate a little more, still leaving the bead down. Go on, pronate just a little more. Come on, yeah. Now go the other way. That's all. Now go the other way. Come on. Are you bounced? You're not quite back at the floor. No, you're not at the floor. You lost your floor.
Yeah, I'm not at the floor. Come on.
You're not where you started. You're higher. I know. I'm trying to help. You can. I know. If we start here, it has to end here or some other thing. And it takes some practice. I'll give you that. Yeah. I really want. I want to know that I'm coming back to here. This and that. Yeah, see? Yeah, it came back down real low where I started. I started real low. Just for fun, start lower, just to challenge yourself.
Those are yes.
Well, okay. Oh, beat came up. Look, your beat came up. Look, came up. Ready. That's what I'm talking about. I know. Concentrate with me. Don't get upset. Get into the fact that you're really able to almost.
I've been practicing 2 weeks this, Kevin. I mean, give me a break here.
Come on now. There. Don't pull the beat up. Oh, you didn't come down all the way. There. Celebrate that. Now, come on. Take a moment when you're done to stop. Just wait. You always want to lift it up. Come on, get it down. Get that butt end down a little bit. Before you even start, get the butt end down. Come on. Oh, and when you stop. Don't play. Meditate. Get the butt end down a little more. The butt end's a little higher than the bead. Yeah, get it down. It's probably somewhere in here in your anti-cubic. There you go. That's what it's going to feel like. See your shirt? See the wrinkle on your shirt? There's a wrinkle. There's that big wrinkle coming down this way, and then there's one running this way. Can you see it in your monitor?
Can't now. You
can't? You have like a wrinkle that you could use as a guide. Look, don't move. See how, here, there, my wrinkle is. Try to find, yeah, I can see one of your wrinkles lines perfectly up with the top of your wrist. See it? Look on your shirt. It runs out to your wrist. You can look down at it, or can you see yourself in the monitor?
No, I can't. It's too small.
Maybe that's a problem. You need to turn up yourself in the monitor. Okay, so come on down a little more. You've already raised the butt end. There, that's where I want you to come back down to. Go on up. Don't stop at the top, and don't, oh, you didn't come back to the floor. Bead's coming up a tiny bit on the way up, notice? You're losing your fixed point. There you go. You didn't come all the way down. That was a good one, and you always want to lift it back up right away. See, you don't feel the down, you don't feel the floor. But you just feel all this stuff up here. You don't want to feel this. This is what I want to feel. This is what I want to feel. So when I'm practicing ref, I want to feel this. I don't play right away. I feel loose in the anti-cubical fossa area. So I know I didn't shove with my arm, right? And we're trying to learn to lead with, okay, trying to get something like that, right? So much better. Now, all you have to do, you know, Raf, let me hip you to something. your body is sending all kinds of signals to itself. And every time you do this, it's sending a signal. Just stay here. There's none of this. This is just the joy of being challenged. Or you can just be another any old way, what Dick Wilson would call player. And there's some great any old way players, but an any old way player. It's an any old way player. But we're trying to do this really cool, specific thing. Okay, so what you want to do is really have this position. Now your throw is better. What we want to do is now we're at the floor. Remember, Murray, you're so close to the floor, you can't help but make a note. Because you really are. If you don't go lifting it up on the way up, it's right here. And all you have to do is this. Oop, caught the shank. Also, my pad is set up for, it's still, it looks flat to me, but see, it's not, it's a little wonky. It's not just where I'd want it. I don't have a universal ball bearing adjustment. I'm trying to get this, right? So now all we want to do is how nice and smooth that is. See, it's just moving around this fixed point. Not this hand, not right now. See the three finger grip? Ooh. There it is. Leading with the wrist. Then I get to here and I pronate a little more, and then I get back down nice and flat. I'm searching for it too. That's what we're trying to get. This is this thing, man. It's locked in. So locked in. More than you realize. So that if you do even just this on the way up, some other thing. It's a molar thing. It's pulling the bead away. It's this precision that we're looking for. Try it now. See if you can play the upstroke to the throw. And wait, just for fun. Come on, get down a little more. Lower, lower, lower. There you go. Feel that. Memorize that feeling. It's good, good, good. Go on, all you have to do is make a little tap as you go up. Just let it, just use gravity. There you go, see? Feels very similar. Oh, you didn't go low enough. You just want to run up. Wait just a sec. Go up, quite low enough. Stop after you make a throw. Just stop for a sec. Don't stop at the top. Stop after you finish your throw. You just want to keep doing it over and over. Okay, I can't help. You have to stop low. Boom, and wait. Wait. Meditate. Make sure you're at the floor. Do it again. Don't stop at the top. Stop. Get down. You caught yourself. Good. Go on, make another strike. Oh! That's 1930. Of course, when I edit this, it'll be different. Don't stop at the top. Spend some time at the floor. Meditate. Now do it again. A little army, but ooh. There. Smoother, much better. Now go and put the other hand with that. Don't put on the metronome. Just go ahead and do that. No, go ahead. No. I want you to play the up. What we're doing is we're playing the third exercise of the upstroke and downstroke in 4/4. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're going to start with the up, right? Yeah, you want to be looking at it. Good. Good. You see it? See the arrow pointing up?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Dick Wilson may have created all of this for Murray, as per Murray's instructions, I imagine. There you go. Look, you're nice at the floor. Up, you don't wait at the top. Now you have to put another nug in between. You know what you could do? Oh, there you go. You got it. Come on, all the way down. Much better. Much better. Can you do that the other way? First, we're just going to start with a throw and 3-finger grip in the left. Look, your left is just a little more half turned over, which is fine, but I want them to be the same. Just the side. You know, you were pretty palm down in the right. Okay, 3-finger, and I know you've got a little bit of a weird thing with your baby finger. Right. So 3-finger grip. Don't let go as you go up. Here, put the stick down for a sec. Put the stick down for a sec. Don't rush. Hang. Don't get upset. Come on, hang with me. Put the stick down for just a sec. I want to show you something. Yeah. So what I want you to do in the left is just show me the 3-finger grip with no stick. Bring it down a little bit because that's where I see myself. Ooh, over to your what? Your right. Just a little. Yeah, just do this for me. No, my first finger, the tip is, they look different. Look how mine looks. Put it like this. Put it like this. There. This thumb comes in, the flat of the thumb comes in almost like on the joint of the first finger. You weren't doing that. You were coming in on the tip. Come on, show me. Hold it down. I know you can't. That's better. Your first finger can be a little bent. You can bend this second knuckle. Or there you go. Just a little. Yeah. That brings the tip in just a little. Don't overdo it. Kind of take it off and put it back on, just so you can really feel that. Yeah, that's it. Now and then you're just going to. Now I guess if we're going to do it with no stick, now I feel the thumb on the first knuckle of the first finger, and then I feel it almost running across to the first knuckle of the middle finger. Looks like this. Try it. Hold it down a little more for me. That looks better. There. Okay, so now you have that, right? These little 3 fingers. It's like you're holding a marble. Dick used to talk about that. Maybe. No. Stay with me. No stick yet. Doesn't it feel like you're holding a little marble? You were holding a marble with 3 fingers. There's something akin to that. Okay, and now we're just going to be nice and flat. Okay, right? We're at the floor. And now what we're going to do is go around that little fixed point in the universe. Oh, you lifted your arm. Your grip wasn't right. You didn't have a concept of how to hold the 3 fingers together with no stick, because it'll feel very similar to this, Raph, when you have a stick in your hand. You don't lift your forearm. Watch. Go ahead and put your finger down here as a fixed point in the universe. That was better. Stay with me. Show me the fixed point. Put the other stick down. Stay with me. Come on. Put the other finger running over to the 3-finger grip. This hand. I want your other hand. Your right hand. Remember how you held the bead? Now you're not gonna hold it, but you're just gonna put your finger down parallel, down at the floor. Yeah. There you let your arm go. There it is. Now, just go up. Now this is like the bead. There. Come down. Back to the floor. Wait there at the floor. Feel the floor for a minute. There's the floor. Come on up. Now we could just pronate a little more and flick and come back to it. No, not that fast. Just flick. Let's make the motion. It's an ersatz flick. It'll feel it more. What? Copy my timing. Up, down. There. Do it again. There. Are you at the floor? You are. That's it. Now put the stick in your hand. Now the fixed point moves to the beat of the stick. Put your hand here, 3-finger grip. Remember what it felt like? Kind of feels similar, doesn't it? Stick out, there it is. 3-finger grip. Other fingers can just kind of hang out. Okay. Now, are you nice and flat at the floor? Are you really where you want to be at the floor? All the way down. There you go. Now we're just going to roll up. See, you're not leading with your arm now. You did that with your wrist. Come back down. Come down and wait at the floor for a sec. Let your arm hang. Your elbow started to come out as you were. Yeah, your elbow was out after you came down. That's what I was trying to say. There. Run. That means your arm's relaxed. Come on up. 3-finger grip. Okay. Now we're just going to move the other hand away. Move the other hand. Now we're just going to pronate maybe just a little more. See if you can get back to the floor. There you go. Better. Come on, get it down. Do it again. Think of the fixed point. Cock a little, bend a little. There you go. Now this time you're going to just make a note. Now you're just going to make the classic, you're so close to the surface. You come on, don't change the motion. Don't get stiff and jerky. Don't wait at the top. Pronate a little more at the top. Don't wait there. Now go the other way. There you go. Now put the other hand with that. Three-finger grip. Don't lose your 3-finger grip in the left. Just going to drop down. Remember how the fixed point in the universe? Think of the fixed point in the universe. There you go. All right. All right. All right. Much better. How much really changed? Well, if the subtlety is everything, an awful lot just changed. See? So you didn't in your left. I know you've got a problem here, a physical problem. So I get that. But you didn't have a 3-finger grip. I don't know what you were doing. Okay, now you have, oh yeah, it's like a marble. I don't know, whatever, however you felt it, you felt it. And then you held the stick properly. Not right away, I have to remind you. That's the level of meditation and consideration that has to go into playing this technique properly. Okay? What you just did, you were successful. Now, let's put this into play via stick control, because that's what we're working on page 5, right? Yep. So let's see how you'll notice that there'll be a transference of understanding from what you just went through with the upstroke and downstroke exercise to stick control, played as Spivack and Wilson would teach it. Other techniques use stick control in different ways, right? But we're going to be using stick control in this very particular way. It's quite beautiful, right? Because just like you had to maintain that level of concentration, Raf, to be successful, that's what's going to happen here. That's how we learn to play. We learn we're learning the 7 basic strokes via the strokes, the roll strokes, and through Spivack library, for instance, our scales and arpeggios. Or we're learning the scales and we're learning the 7 basic strokes to play the scales and arpeggios, or we're learning the scales and arpeggios to play the 7 basic strokes. But ultimately, the whole thing becomes, it's all about learning how to play music. Okay. So what we're going to do now is see if we can marry what just happened with the Spivack exercise to stick control 72, half note. Okay.
Is this number 2?
Well, let's start with number 1. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? And so now, tell me what's involved in playing exercise number 1. How will it relate to what we just worked on?
It's just wrist turns.
Okay, take it further. You're not making the connection yet. But you're right. But that was necessary, but not sufficient. I'm looking for them. I'm really talking about what we just worked on.
Well, have to line up, I guess. Previous true.
Well, and you could talk. It's a matter of language, really, but I don't necessarily think of it as landing at the floor because that sounds more like the description used to describe or teach the throw or the downstroke. We're just at the floor. We're really at the floor. We're at the end of your downstroke. Always. See? Make that connection now. Show me where you are at the end of a downstroke. You're really there, aren't you? Always there. And all you're going to do is 3-finger grip, hold the marble, and turn your wrist. 72. And stop. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so now let's move on to number 3. We know you can turn your wrist, starting left or right. Now number 3. Stop for just a sec. Now let's retool. We're learning to slow down. And I have to do it with you as a teacher. I can't get caught up in the momentum of your inclination to not want to just meditate at the floor, for instance. I have to bring you back to that. And I have to bring myself back. Okay. Now we're going to have, again, there'll be a cross transference. It's worked on with the upstroke and downstroke exercise to the stick control exercise number 3 and to exercise number 1. And you realize that the connective sinew was that, wow, we're at the floor, like the end of my throw. Well, when you go to play doubles, you're also at the floor, like at the end of your throw. What else is going to happen that's similar to the Spivack exercise we worked on and we're bringing over to the stick control?
Wrist turns as well.
You know, we didn't really talk, we didn't use the word, and of course, it's all a wrist turn, thank you, Richard Martinez, but we didn't really use that language. To get you to where I wanted you to be, we talked in other terms. What were we discussing that now is going to be so important with regards to accomplishing exercise number 3?
I guess the grip, right?
Tell me about the grip again. What does it look like? Not like this. Looks like this, doesn't it? More like that. And it runs across to the 3rd fingers, something like that. That's the Carlos Vega thing, I believe. There's some kind of, in the context of this 3-finger grip, there's this fulcrum potential maybe right in the middle. That's what the Carlos would say. The fulcrum's right in the middle of the 3-finger grip. That was his interpretation. Okay. All right. Imagine that, right? Running right through the center of the marble. Okay. Now you have a very narrow fulcrum, which means the stick might bounce if you just turn your wrist, stay at the floor, and believe. Go for it. Just go ahead and play. Time. Go and play. It's good. Maintain the 3-finger grip. Maintain the floor. Should work out. Look, it's nice and flat. Remember I said how flat it is? Look how flat it is. See? Just stay with me for a second. I'm looking for the flatness. For the flatness I want it to be really flat, like the floor. Like the floor, it's going to feel flat. It's going to feel flat like the floor. Somewhere right in the middle of the 3-finger grip, perhaps. Could be the middle finger, right? Maybe. Just decide. Go ahead, one more time. Okay, coming along. Now let's take a look at the exercise number 5. Now, what's going to happen? There's only 7 basic strokes. Don't go playing until you think about what's happening. Just stop for a sec. Just hang on. Just a sec. Murray would say, and don't go off half-cocked. He'd have to slow me down too. And so now we have a direct descendant of the upstroke and downstroke exercise. We're working on the throw, and there's a little throw for the stenuto. It would be a dot, not an accent. Oh, don't lose your fixed point. Come on, make a little throw from there. You're not at the floor. You're not. Look at your left feet. It's lower. You're lowering it. There you go.
1 millimeter.
Raph, that's what this technique is. You just don't want to accept it. This, watch, this is not this. This is not this. Go on, make a little throw on your right. Fixed point, don't lead with your arm. Oh, you pulled it up on the way up. There, not bad. Show me the floor. There, now what's going to happen? Just in the right. Now you're going to play a double. No, the right. It's going to play a double, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to play a double now. I'll just play, no. Just think, this is single, this is really one-handed technique, isn't it? Just think about the right. The left will be doing the same thing, but in between what the right is doing. But let's just think about the right. Nope, you pulled the beat up. Now I want you to make a double from the floor. Okay. Nope. See? You went and jumped off and started with paradiddle instead of taking the time to figure out what the heck is going on. You did. Cool, because it's so much fun to play drums. I get it. It's hard to curb our enthusiasm. So if we're going to make a little throw, see, I got to think about it too. Okay, it was okay. And then I'm going to play a double. There. And then you're going to make also what we just worked on, the up. Oops. That's all it is. Right? So it's isn't that all it is? See? Go ahead and play. See? And it stops. It's real solid. It's not all over the place. Play. See if you can put the metronome. Put the metronome on 72 to see if you can play it. That's what the left is doing, right? A downstroke, right? It's playing a downstroke, then playing a double, and playing it up. Let's see. See, this is not what I'm, watch. I don't like where your downstroke is stopping. See where mine stops? Look, there's plenty of time. Watch, just watch. Down, stops right there. Down, stops right there. Down stops right there. Down stops right there. Down stops right there. See, I'm really down. Notice? Here's what your down looks like. Sometimes it actually stops up here. Kind of. Other times it just seems to sort of blur. It never just goes and stops. Try it again. There. Up, stopped up. Stopped up. All right, here's what I want you to do. Raph. Metronome down to 52. Now the double is going to be probably wrist, right? Even at 72, it's sort of in that in-between place, perhaps. Is it a rebound? Is it a wrist? Ah, you lift it up with your arm. Try again. Ah, little throw. Good.
I'm always gonna, if I'm not gonna do the tap, I always have to lift my arm. I mean, it's inevitable, right? How am I gonna bend the wrist from here? It's always gonna touch the floor.
Not if you conceive of what I'm describing. There it is. See, that's your wrist. Up, don't go raising. You'll know if
my forearm is raising, right?
It's attached. You bend your wrist, the forearm's attached. It's attached. There you go. But the bead has to stay down as soon. Now watch, I'll show you. It's a valid question. This is cool. You know, this is probably going to help people that are watching this. It's cool at this point. Okay, so watch. Stay with me. This time, I'm gonna teach you the difference between, it seems imperceivable, but it's so obvious. But it's subtle. When you go up, and you really leave the bead in one place, and you just bend, or if you just bend, the bead stays in the same, try it with me, and the bead stays in the same place. Join me. Sit up nice and straight, nice and good. Okay. Now, leave that bead in one place and just bend. Good. See, that's leading with your wrist. You don't need to come up quite that high. Come up less. Just bend a little further. No, get right down to the floor, though. Show me the floor. Just go up, go on up. Leave the bead there. Try it again. Up. Try it again. There you go. That's your wrist. The arm's just following. That's your wrist. Now, this time I want you to just, as you go up, instead of leaving the bead there, just lift the bead up a little. Try it again. We're gonna demonstrate how not to play. I lift it up a little. No, now I can't get you to do it wrong. And this is what it'll feel like. After a while, it'll feel weird. There you go. Come on, lift it up a little. More. There it is. There's your arm. Come on up. Come on. Yep. There you go. Come back down. Try it again. See if you can do it wrong. Lift it up. There's your arm. That's your wrist. Wrist. Okay, you got it. And I made you laugh. Good. That's it. So that answers your question. 52. Let's see if you can just actually play a downstroke and stop at the floor and then play your double and then play an upstroke for the paradiddle. Metronome on. There you go. See? Up, come on, stop down. Do you know how much time there is for the right to wait? Check it out. How much time there is? Look, watch. That. Check it out. Watch how much time there is. I'm waiting. Waiting. Waiting, double, now I double. Waiting, double. Waiting, double. Waiting, double. Waiting, double. Waiting, double. Waiting, look at all that time. Waiting. It's just here for longer than you think. Double, up. Double, up. Double. Ah, better. All right, you're gonna have to work on that. I would suggest that you put it down to 40, but I want to keep moving. So we're gonna run that from 40 to 52 up to 72. Okay, and you're gonna have to keep all of that. Now there's a lot, isn't there? Now let's go. Now you've got doubles and upstrokes and waiting at the floor, but there's not that much more. It's essentially the up and down stroke, which perhaps is why Murray Spivack thought the up to down stroke was so important that he called it the single stroke. See how important it is? Okay, now you're really getting your head around that. Now we're going to bring that to the next exercise, or the next series of exercises, because the paradiddles are played with different inversions, right? It's just that now there's tenutos in a different place. So the up starts somewhere else, but it's just a paradiddle, just moved over. And I know you understand that. Now, I'm worried about not concept with regards to playing this playing stick control, because we could play it with a bunch of different techniques. I'm talking about the concept that has to do with how do we play it using this technique. So number 9, metronome on at 72, but don't jump ahead and play. Okay. Okay, go and play number 9. The half note. Okay, stop. Stop. It's my mediocre instruction at that point. I asked you not to jump ahead and play, and then I said go ahead. So I contradicted myself. Sorry about that. I want you good, yeah, but you can stay in position. But now all that's happening is, you know, we have that classic throw that you're starting to get the handle on. Don't leave with your arm. That beat's got to stick. There you go. You got it. Now we're using that throw, and we're using rebounds. We're throwing into a rebound, aren't we? So what's the important thing to consider with regards to rebound? We've just talked about it.
The grip, maybe, right?
Right. Otherwise, you're marbles. You've got to be kidding. It's the marble. Okay. So we need a 3-finger narrow grip, which we've already got, because that's what we've been working on. So it's there. It's there. You stay at the surface a little longer as it rebounds over that very narrow fulcrum, over that first. It's now a first-class lever, like a teeter-totter. Okay. All right. So go ahead and it was the Simpsons. Raph. I think it was the Simpsons, and was it the? No, it was Bob's Burgers. And I don't know if you know that cartoon. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's very clever. It's charming. And the two kids are on they're twins, and they're like identical twins, and they both weigh the same amount, and they're both on the teeter-totter. This thing doesn't work. It's broken. It's the exact same. Okay, so. check it out, check it out. Don't play for a sec. Don't play. You can really see the three-finger grip, right? But I just don't see it. You've lost the motion. It becomes something else. See? See, now I can go into another stroke. We want to maintain this. Now it's another stroke. Paradiddle. Now it's a. See? Now it's just a now it's a planned paradiddle. Now there are 3 notes. See? Everything can start to blend in to each other if you get these motions correct. Okay, so you lost it. And I know, because this is just where it gets a little tricky. Slow it down. Now it's going to be on the wrist. It's not going to be a rebound, but it'll provide you the insight you need. So go ahead and slow the metronome down to put it down to 52 and see if that works. Nice upstroke. I can still get it to rebound here. Look how smooth it is. See? Watch, watch. That's all I'm doing. Look. Okay, yo, bouncy this. Look, watch, watch. Wrap. What's this? So the motion really has to be pure. So let's just play downstrokes. Just downstrokes. Come on, stay in time with me, copy me. That's all it is. I'm always at the floor. And now just let it bounce 3 times. Go for it. Ah! Yeah, do it like that. Good. Okay, good, 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 good. Good. Yes, it doesn't get all stiff and weird. Here's what you were doing. It turned into this. There was no real up. It just turned into a bicep exercise. Anti-cubical fossils, all tight. So go ahead and play in time and just play some downstrokes. And then when you're ready, throw for 3 and stop. Come on, really concentrate on all those parts. Do it slow like that, I guess. It's okay. Don't force it down. Don't force, nice and easy. Keep all the parts. Are you really at the floor at the end? Are you really leading with your wrist? Stay, it's good, 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 good. Keep going. You see your elbows even moving, you didn't even know it. Now just go ahead and throw for 3. Come on, let it bounce. 3-finger grip, get those other fingers, back fingers out of the way. There you go, it's getting bouncier. Go ahead and put the other hand in with it. The other hand in. Come on, let it bounce. I know it's pretty slow. You can play on the wrist too. Now what am I playing? I don't even know what this stroke is. now I'm throwing in with the other hand. Can you do that? Can you do that? See what it looks like? Look how bouncy everything is. Watch. Don't play for a sec, Ralph. Don't play for a sec. Just take it in. Paradiddle. A drag paradiddle. See, it all becomes available. Much better. We got the right to work, and we did it by, and I'll have you practice it both ways. I'll have you practice the slow, the slow throw at 52 at halftime. Right? So it's not quite at the speed of when we put this thing into practical. So instead of going tap, 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 throw, 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 it's going throw, throw, and then when you're ready, you can double it. See? Because this can't suddenly turn into this because now you think it's fast. It isn't fast. It's just this. Over, over, and over, and over, and over, and over, and over, and over again. Throw, throw. Tap, 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 three finger, put the other hand in. It's just a regular wrist turn. We could throw for it, but we're not. But we could. It's fun. It feels so nice. You see, it's just this. How beautiful that looks. Right, it's just that. What you felt today. Don't lose this. Don't lose that loving feeling, you know, that resonates through your body that must feel more right. Sounded better. When you watch back, it'll be interesting to have you perhaps rediscover or reinforce what it is you just learned today. Okay, so make sure you watch the video. I really suggest you take notes and just create, you know, markers, you know, timestamp markers when you are successful, because I pointed out to you, and you must feel it in your body. Okay. Good job.